Kid.
So all you know this thing that's up, right? So it's really talk live for that Friday night on the ones and twos. Yeah, Chica coming back in a little while. You know the thing go. You know the thing go. Here we turning 60. All kind of thing happening. All kind of bacchanal. Chica coming back in. So if you're now joining us, all you're looking at this, I want to let you look at the screen while Chica comes back in. Yeah? And this making me feel the wild little bit, you know. Oh God, but nice later. So we have Chica coming in. And while Chica is coming in, I want Sonali, big up Sonali Bartholomew on the inside, all, yeah? Right? Nice. We have Chica inside too. Right. We inside.
Good evening, everybody.
Thanks to directors inside. Glad to see everyone all looking nice and smiling and nice faces and stuff. So, where to begin on this? What you going on here? So we want you guys' honest opinion, if you all got a chance to watch the trailer. We want you guys' opinion on the title of this. I love to see strong black women. You know me. When I see black women kicking double snakes, I like this kind of shit. I like it. Right? I all for this because I see it training. So this is the name of the game here. This is the scenario. Ladies, Chica, Sonali, tell the people, what is your views on this new vibration happening now? Yeah? Let me know. Let the people. Sonali, where's your view? The name of it is King Woman.
You hear me?
Yes, I hear you. What is your view on this particular, the wording? And we having our first in PNT, if you look to my left or right of the screen, this is our first Pride Parade for the LBGTQIA community.
Well, I saw the trailer. I got a chance to see the trailer. I went live. I want to see it. you know
Looks
me.
like I'm very good, yeah. Go ahead.
Me and history. I'm a history buff. You know me.
Yeah.
In terms of title of that movie,
yeah,
I could see as to where the person was coming from.
The person?
But in this timing, you have to be real careful, honestly, actually, because I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean it's free thinkers here. You know, we want to make sure that everybody is thinking freely, be respectful. But we can, picking up everybody on YouTube, so we stream on YouTube, and we have Chica back. Chica, you inside, girl?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're inside. Right, again. Good. So just give us your view quickly on your view of the title of this particular vibration.
Well, the thing is, saying woman king, you know that women are really queens and not kings. So the title, I don't agree with the title. I think that they could have, because it's based on a
Okay, I guess Shamika got bumped off from there. But I guess like what she was saying, she doesn't agree with the title. Most times, as women are called queens. So the title a general, because the history is the fact that she is a general.
You know where to go. So,
Yeah.
give me your vibration as well.
Just picking up from where Shamika, that I could understand where she's saying that she doesn't agree with the title, because according to history, they are from the Domi tribe. And of course, they would have their forces were women, basically. Their soldiers, their warriors, and around that
the King's Guard, I think that's the King's Guard. The King's Guard.
Yeah, they were the King's Guard.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that you put a general who leading that war against the colonizers and trying to encourage her king to say, hey, sometimes, for our protection and our survival, you need to go to war.
Yeah.
And she led the whole charge, everything, to say that, you call your general a king. And your general is a female on top of it too.
Big up and big on the inside, man. Big up. And Chica is on her way back in as usual. So
the wording is
Israel. So Andy, the name of this, hold on, Sonali. Andy, Chica is back. So the name of this particular vibration is King Woman. This is the title. So if you look,
the Woman King.
Well, the Woman King. I don't know why I say the King's Woman. Like again,
I don't know.
Right. So this is the trailer going on in the back, and we want your views on that. Chica, continue with your views there for me.
All right. So I was saying that they could have used the name of the, let's say, the tribe to title the movie, or just simply use. And I mean, it could have been Woman Warrior, not necessarily the Woman King. As I was saying before, woman and a king. We switch these gender of not.
You know how the system goes. We really trying to, how to put it, to really bring person's own opinions to this particular vibration. And when Chica comes back in, she will continue. So Nali, so we had our very first Pride Parade. Look at it here. So if you look to the screen, people, the topic for today. And we had our first Pride Parade in Trinidad and Tobago. Sonali, give us your view. And when, as we have Chica here coming back in as well. Bam! Right. We not give it up like shit. Right? So, Chica, go ahead.
It actually isn't the first Pride Parade. It's just that they are more out there. This one is the third Pride Parade. Yes, the third
Okay.
one that they had.
But this is the biggest one.
Yeah, well, of course, things just they get bigger every year. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your view on this now? This movement taking place. I mean, I know you had your views on the wording of this particular vibration. So continue, me don't let me put my foot in my mouth. Yeah. So, Dali,
Yeah.
right. And Chica, the pride. You mean the views that Chica? We
The
ain't giving
struggle
up.
is real.
Yeah.
So, what year was that? 2018, I think it was, right? So they had, when it had the International Women's Day, they had the march around the savannah, right?
Right,
And
correct.
during that time, there would have been, a big group of persons belonging to the LGBTQ a community, and it had some persons that were quite uncomfortable because they found that that moment would have been for women and girls, persons who were born as a woman and a girl. So the comments concerning the Pride Parade, it was real harsh for those, of course, who don't believe in that type of sexual preferences or gender identity or anything like that. Sonali, what do you really think about this Pride Parade?
I know that is not really so much as the first parade. To me, it is like the major, really big, that you have a big truck and all of that. I saw some years ago in the news that right in front of the towers, the ministry towers there by Hyatt, that, they had kind of like a protest. So they had a gathering, I should say, not a protest. They had a gathering there to the front, and it was a few. Of course, back then I was not comfortable with it because, just like you said, it was around celebrating Women's International Day. And I was like, give a chance, enough. Like, allow this to be around our time for us who are biologically women and acknowledge ourselves as women. Give us a chance. And I saw the gathering, they made speech, and I was like, you're pushing it a little too much. Of course, COVID came.
Yeah.
There was nothing. I didn't see anything on social media concerning when it came to Pride Month, and I don't even know the exact date to begin with. I just know the month. So to come and see that now that they have a whole big parade, the big truck and stuff, and everybody happy, I should say. I really and truly didn't expect it to be like so soon in your face. I would have given it a chance, because I'm still coming off of the fact that from September in the US Virgin Isles, boys will be allowed to come to school September 5th with skirts on and so forth. So I'm still, adjusting to that knowledge to come and see now, smack in my face that there was a parade and men in carnival costume, men in pumps, and it's not to say men in pumps for the stuff with the
cancer awareness,
breast cancer. Not that men in.
We know it's not for that. Yeah,
exactly. Men in full gear, makeup, men and women, dogs, cats, all creatures.
Well, a lot of pets outside. And the regular parades don't have these amount of pets. I was so very much like, what's going on here?
To walk through, but and then you have police escorts to the front as well, a police vehicle. So I was like,
and I think, all parades, they do try or any event like that, they really try to have police and even ambulance as well in the event of an emergency. But I think with this more so, Well, first to begin, they did it on a day where it will have less people on the road, right? Which would have been the
So
Sunday. And I think if it had more persons, they may have been more at risk for some sort of persons, maybe pelting stones at them, attacking them,
but I know
that
for
type
a
of
fact,
thing.
the moment where I live, I know for a fact, the moment they pass in front of those buildings, those fellas that would have in my neighborhood would be stoning them down.
Yeah.
So where they did it too, they chose an area where people will faster run inside and hide, not come out and watch or celebrate with them or attack them. So
And even the
they played
day,
smart.
yeah, even the day of the week that they chose to do it was also a very smart move because I don't think they would have liked to be out there when it have persons, who very uncomfortable with this, what we will say, a movement. So, and they saying, well, that title is off names need to take their respective places. Yeah. But the thing about it is we have to, I know people now they have this thing where they're going to become, gender neutral. But the thing about it, when we move away from what is, we know it have some things when it comes to the roles. I mean, it have some things they really will expect everybody should be capable of doing it because it's basic, whether it's washing clothes, cooking, the basic daily household activities, right? Nobody's supposed to say, well, a man should know how to cut the grass and fix this and fix that in the house, or a woman must be
Yeah, so people, place in the comment section. What is your view on this new movie called, what's the correct name for this, Sonali? What's the correct name?
Woman King.
The Woman King.
This Woman King scenario, and we want your honest opinion of what you think about it coupling with changing the meaning of the word woman to baby maker, and now you want to be a trans woman and you must be called a woman. And I think blurring the lines of what is what, I think, is what causing a lot of confusion. So, yeah, what is your view on that particular vibration? Because now in school, we could say, well, a king is a woman too. You know what I mean? So what is your view in dealing with the younger generation in keeping the lines clear? What do you guys think about it?
Well, for sure, when going back out of school, my little young ones and them will be learning the proper gender roles. A king is a male, a queen is a female, princess is a young girl, prince is a young man, a young boy.
Figure how you will be doing.
Yeah.
They say it will be very confusing for the young people because when they go to school, they learn one thing. When they come back home, it's a whole different story.
To me right now,
and what I'm saying, when they get out there, even now we see that in all the television shows, they're putting it out there. It is good evening, Riri. Yeah, it is out there. It is out there, and it is confusing. I mean, even as adults, it could be very confusing because you're like, okay, if it is a man dresses as a woman, so Sonali mentioned, hey, we see these men out there in the pumps, some of them in their stilettos, they're moving. If you see them, right, they on the road, right, full gay.
Yeah.
Right, full gay. No, some people say that male is gay when he don't bound to be gay. I just saying he may not necessarily be attracted to male. So it is very confusing because automatically, as soon as someone sees a male dressing as female, right? We think, okay, he's definitely attracted to male as well, when it may not be that way, and that could be very confusing because you're gonna think, now he on the other side. That's what it is, right? And then it will have some that they are on the other side, but you would not see them, having the flares, and they will be actually very much masculine, so you wouldn't even know that they are gay. Right, so that's why it can be very confusing. So some person might be like, they would be very confused. Okay, is this person gay? Is this person trans? Is this person queer? Is this person what? And then it has some people who they say the asexuals, they are not sexually attracted to anyone. So I find putting them all in the same bag, it doesn't it's not a good idea. It have some things they need to just really separate, right? Now my question to you ladies, if it is your man is very feminine, meaning he wants to dress in clothing that is considered for women, how do you feel about that? His man, he loves doing things that are quite masculine, however, he wants to dress as a woman. Good evening, Seema. Right? Ladies, how do you all feel about that? Sonali, what do you think? How would you feel about that?
You're a male. You
are male.
Masculine stuff, but you
love
just want to dress as a female.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nice knowing you. I'm being very honest. It was nice knowing you. Good luck to you, because first and foremost, make up your mind. I'm real serious. Make up your mind. Yes, I'm a person. I don't really like skirts and stuff. I'm not a skirt person. I feel more comfortable in a pants because my legs are long and I can stretch my legs and walk as quickly as I like. But you don't see me wanting to dress as a male when I go out here. I'm not in a jeans, a square tip, or a button-down shirt or anything. You're not seeing me dressed like that.
Right.
So I'm a female and I'm feminine. It will have my days when I will want to dress grudgy. I will want to dress grudgy and be comfortable, but come on.
It's not a masculine
exactly
finish.
So you just want to be masculine and dress as a female. Then I honestly going to watch you and say, then you are confused, because what it have yes, some clothes are comfortable, but I do not think we are living in Scotland, so you're not going to be in a kilt. So explain to me why it is you want to wear feminine clothes.
No, some of them I just throw in there.
You're going to reach at some point and say, here, what? When it is you going to work, you want to use my brown powder or my foundation and all of that too, and you're not in acting or anything. So sooner or later, you're going to come with some other thing to be more feminine. So it was nice knowing you, because I'm not going to tolerate that, because I could see where it will lead down the road.
Which is where?
You're going to want to become the woman sooner or later. Flat out. Yes, it have, just like it have the gays who dress as a male, they're not going all with the flair and all of that.
Right.
But you're showing tendencies and you're giving hints that you're slowly approaching, accepting, and changing into my role.
The world is changing. Here we go.
And as far as I grew up, I know faster. That's all right. I know faster growing up. Two tigers and a kid don't mix. Two tigers and a kid don't mix at all.
I think you had here. See, but what's the question? See, but before you come on the line, tell us, what is your view on the LBGTQ movement? And we're looking at this trailer here. Trinidad had a pride parade. What's your view on, everybody coming out and professing what they truly are, not hiding it in a closet anymore, because that's what they believe. They're professing that this is what we are, and that is the scenario. So they came out in a parade. So Seema, tell us, I know we'll take a break and Chica might send you feeling, right? So we'll take a break. So people, when we come back, we just stop again. Okay.
Well,
Shit.
I know one to know.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't send the link.
Big up Gene on the inside. Where Gene is in New York? Where Gene is? New York, Canada? Where Gene is? All right.
No,
So
she's
we'll
not
take
in
a little break.
Canada.
Gene, I know you're in the States somewhere. Chica does know. Tell us, what is your view on the LBGTQ movement? Honestly, respectful, because sometimes we tend to get a little up in arms. And Jean, if you know this trailer that's going on here, what is your view on the title? So when we come back, what's some music?
All right. So people, it is Real Talk Live. We are discussing a lot of things concerning gender, the changes, the switches in the gender roles, the norms, the titles, So let us know your view on the title of the movie that is soon to come out, The Woman King. Let us know if that is an appropriate title or not. Right, so we're going to take a little short moment to send out condolences to the family and friends of, the girl who was mauled yesterday by the dog. So, Sima, I did try calling you back. I wasn't sure if that was the case. But, so condolences go out to the family, relatives, and friends. Yeah. So people, it's Real Talk. So let us know. What do you all think of the title? If there was another title that you would have wished to, given the movie, what would it be? And what do you all think about, the whole Pride movement, the Pride Parade? Now, I need to look that up. Why do they consider it Pride? Personally, I don't know if you know. Why do they,
well, I know for a fact that long time it used to be considered just a shame. Like parents who either had sons or daughters, it's like, especially those of the Christian faith, it used to be like, you bring shame to the house and you bring shame to your parents. So what they think is now, what they brought it as is that this is nothing to be ashamed of. You should be proud. So that is one understanding. I know it have a next understanding. I just not too sure on what it is, but I know from San Francisco and so forth, from that perspective, is because that they had brought shame to their family and the house of which they live. They try to say this is nothing to be ashamed of. You don't need to hide. Be proud of who you are. And so forth. So that's why.
All right. Okay. Because I know, and the other thing is, people are quarreling about them using the rainbow as well.
The rainbow part, I'm not too sure. I guess it's because maybe the multiple colors, everybody is different and bright or whatever, that you could be any sort of color. So I guess the reason why that they will use that, but maybe. I don't know.
Could be. But we know that a lot of people are not too pleased about it. Right? Yeah. No. Should I add this? Should I put this out there? When I was looking at the parade, I was, lost for words.
Just lost for
Because
words.
of
What exactly?
yes. So part of the demographic that I was seeing, right? I was well I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we in a very sticky, we're not in a good, a good place because when it is,
You know
and this
your
is what
boy,
we
you know
see
your boy, his stock
on
just
social
gone up.
media,
You know the
right?
price.
So
A homegrown male. Sorry, Tika. You know how to rant.
beside the homegrown male, right? So you see like on social media, um, black women. So no, it has some black men will say, them black woman and them thing, right? I don't even know why I even say that, but they complain about the attitude of the black woman, and that the black woman feel that they are all that, and these different things that they will say. Now, woman now is in a position now where a black male, what's happening? We don't have any more. They are dying down. It's like
No,
they
they
are
die.
also into
The stock price just going up.
right. So
I
I
said,
was very, because really and truly you will see more um men of African descent. They will be the ones who are more against this whole thing. So to now see in Trinidad and Tobago at this
correct.
Pride Parade, the number
Yeah.
of them that were in the parade, I was like, shook. I was like, I was really, really surprised, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie, I was surprised. But growing up, yes, it might see one or two, but not in that abundance.
So
Not in
Seema's
that
family,
abundance.
Seema's family saying thanks, and you are most welcome. Big up the family. Love again, condolences.
I know that mother. I don't know how she doing with that right now, nah?
Right, and we played some music later at 8. So Seema, if you want to just vibes a little bit and lift the spirit, your boy gonna be playing some music on Lion Page a little later for Inflation Nothing Friday. Yeah? Long way. But in reality, Sonali, well, in reality, the world is changing. I know it's very hard. And I know that we beginning to when Granny used to say, back then it was different. I think we coming up on the time when we might be saying that.
I already say that. I am already saying back then it was different. And I
We
know.
don't reach ancient days timing already. We at that place. But I am not against any person for deciding to do what you want to do.
Yeah, it's a personal choice.
No, the mother still cry. And we will try to lift the spirits later at 8 o'clock. We'll play some music, Tima. And we try to lift mommy's spirits. If you want to send the name, at least if it's possible, and we can send, some good vibrations at 8 when we doing it up inflation, nothing. Yeah? That kind of death. And I was talking to Chika as well, as you see, death is a thing. Sonali experienced close death. I have experienced close death. Family members. Sonali lost a mother. I lost my father. So I mean, it is something that hard. But I will always say, when you do something to remember the life, it tends to be a bit easier. Yeah. Right. So we will run some music and thing at 8. So if you're still there at 8, we'll try to lift the spirit a little bit, as much as we can. So Seema, tell me, as you're commenting there, what is your view on LBGTQIA movement? And this trailer here we're looking at, let's look at it. Hide everybody, right? So this is, what is the name I think?
The Woman King.
The Woman King. What is your view on that title when we, when you get a chance? To the ladies on the panel at this point, do you think you all will get accustomed to what is happening, or would you guys be forever within? Is there a middle ground for you guys? Let me know, Chica.
Well, for me, if it's not affecting me personally, right? So whatever choice others make, that's up to them. But one, ladies, if it is you like women, don't come at me, right? That is all I got to say. And men, if it is that okay, you're really attracted to men, please don't go hiding and trying to get married, and and then they put the person in a place that they could trip off. Now if it is that's what you like, don't put a woman through that pressure sometime later, and because you were hiding how it is you really feel and what it is you believe within yourself. Because I know a lot of persons, they would have gotten married thinking that it would have changed their feelings towards the same sex, the opposite sex, however they want to put it. But I don't think it is okay to, do that to someone, right? And in addition to that, we know what is really the norm. Maybe the norm might be changing, but currently the norm is, and biologically, it is male and female coming together to create that offspring. And the norm, the real ideal thing is male being attracted to female. So I don't think maybe it is scope, but maybe you might have an idea, hey, this person maybe like females or they may be like males, but don't force on someone else. They are actually heterosexual, right? That's just my takes, but on your personal thing, that's really up to you. I am not judging, criticizing, or making anybody feel bad for their choices. If that's what makes you feel comfortable, because there's some choices that I may make that you might say, oh, this girl well mad, she well crazy, right? So, yeah. I mean, everybody has a choice to make, and they might say, this is what is best for them. They know their reasoning behind, the choices that they make, just as some people may choose not to get married, some persons choose to not have children, some persons choose to multiply and replenish the earth, even though they know they cannot take care of the children, right? But they do it anyway.
So me, I just running on while we think. Right? It's a heavy topic, it's a topic that would transcend time, because this is a change in society. It's a change in the world, but this has been around for many millennia. The Hindus believe in more than one sex. It is our original the Hindu faith, not Trinidadian Hindu, are talking about Hindu from India, have long documented that they documented different types of religions. So maybe one life we will do we will do the different types of sexes it has in the Hindu faith, because it's right. And that's why I've always said, it's an old faith and it has stumbled upon different things in society, and this is not new, right? So I was reading something, so I'm going to post this to the ladies now. I read a story with this whole movement, and what happened is that the trans man and the trans woman came together and had a baby. So what you guys tell me now? Because it come like the same everybody have the working parts still. So the trans man and the trans woman came together and had a literal baby.
Well, nothing has changed. They had all the organs and stuff.
Wait. I know you're going to be a while. So Dali, tell me what you think, and then she can go on a card. No, you have a long with one. So it was a woman, she became married. They leave all the appendages, and they made a baby. So let me review Dali. Tell me what you think about that first, and then she can go on.
Well, that story is not new to me. Actually, I saw a video and an interview that was done by a couple that were like that. The woman felt she was a man and became a trans, but left organs intact, reproductive organs intact, same way as he met a trans woman a guy, of course. They reproduce, and the thing about it is he thought that how, you know, he wasn't pregnant. He thought he was constipated, and lo and behold, was pregnant and gave birth to a baby boy. And of course, they went out in public, they told the family, and a lot of people still, the people who accepted them accepted the baby, everything. And a lot of people would watch them weird. They said that, a lot of people watched them very weird. And when it was found out that who is the mother, who is the father, and whatever, and how it transgressed, they found it weird. For me, in my thoughts, I honestly didn't think nothing of it, because in all sense, your reproductive organs are still the same, jump high, jump low, and you're still operated in the same manner, and you all had sex, and then bam boom, you end up with a child. So I really didn't think nothing of it. It's just biological to me, in a sense. So
yeah,
that's just my thought on it.
Definitely. So the thing about it is, why it is persons may be like confused. It causes some sort of confusion for some persons, right? But what happens is that when a woman is a trans man, she don't go and get a penis. It's very hard to create that first to begin with.
We will discuss that.
And for the male, right, he still has the penis there with everything biologically in place. So obviously, whatever the woman is dressing as the man, and the man is dressing as the woman, and with that all that it is there, nothing more. The man, even though he's dressing as the woman, he is still sexually attracted to a female. It's really, so he may be just like the idea of what a man looks like, but it doesn't matter the biological functioning. So because that woman is dressing male, so people quarrel about that too. It's like, so they're not making sense. Wait is the really one? A man, a woman, a what, right? So I think that's where all the confusion comes about.
Right. So Andy is extending his condolences to Seema. So Andy, big up, the thing go. And in researching the depth of this, the reason why I placed that particular scenario, and we're still reasoning within the body parts are working, so basically in the minds of whoever is looking, is that nothing has changed. A lot has changed. They interviewed a pediatrician, and the Pediatric Association in a certain country, and I'm going to call no names, are saying this is something beyond what we speaking about. And what trans families, this is serious, what trans families are doing now, because what it is a trans family. So we may be looking at it as clearly biological, and we removing the mental aspect of it. No, we have families now, they're calling themselves trans families. So trans man, trans woman, they make a baby. This is what they're doing to the child. This is serious, right? I know Chika want to talk about it whenever she's talking, but this is serious. What they're doing is they're taking the child and carrying the child to a pediatrician who is trans agenda-wise, right? And what these pediatricians are doing are using hormone-suppressing drugs to the children at a young age. So if the child is male, they are now allowing children and allowing pediatricians to give hormone-suppressing drugs to the children who are in these trans families. Avoid sinking and all. Because we just talking clearly on, it's the same thing as a man and a woman and they have the same appetite. No, this is beyond that. And they interviewed this pediatrician. So I am now aware, so anybody in my government, I always looking for the positive in the madness. So there is something in the States called chemical castration that they give to sex offenders. Right? Constant sex offenders in the United States of America, they have something called chemical castration, where they inject the offender and he can't use it. ever. Right? So I'm putting that one away because they're using that same drug to give to the children. It is a drug that totally suppresses testosterone. And we're thinking. So when you give that child that drug, because they use it for chemical castration for sex offenders in the States. So when the judge sentences that man, he gets that injection and it cannot work for the rest of his life. They are giving male children the drug they use to chemically castrate sex offenders to permanently shut off that production of testosterone from a young age. Tell me what you're feeling like.
Well, they're not leaving the child with a choice at all. And then they talk about human rights.
I'm sorry, Line, I just felt that tension in my neck there when you bring that up. So, not to incriminate myself, I will stay quiet on that topic. I will not incriminate myself. I plead the fifth, and sooner or later these things will be brought up against me. So let me not incriminate myself.
And he is saying that's true. He saw the video as well, right? I just stating that when it is we talk about human rights and child rights, it should be across the board, and that is not that to me that goes against human rights principles as well as child rights principles. You're supposed to allow the child, male, female, to grow up and make their decision, because you would have had the choice, you would have been given the opportunity to make your decision, whether it is you want to be trans, whether it is you want to be gay, lesbian, etc. Right? So forcing it upon the child, just as some parents before when you used to have arranged marriages, and then it have some parents say they were given the opportunity, they got married on their own without it being arranged, and then they want to come now and arrange marriage for their children. Let the child grow up. Let them decide, hey, here what I really want to be, who I was meant to be, or I want to choose to, go this way. Yeah, that's just my take on it. It really goes against that principle of choice. It goes against human rights. It goes against the child rights. Because, come on, what is the real purpose for doing something like that? Nothing is wrong. So it's not like you have to ensure that the child does not inflict any harm or becomes a sexual offender. And the thing about it is, they could just use something else to cause harm to another person. So these offenders who are castrated using the chemicals, some of them may just become more angry, more vicious, and use objects instead, To me, it's like, I don't even know. I don't even want to even go further. I feel like I'm going down a road that I should not take at this time of the night. Right? So people, it's Real Talk Live. We are talking. Let us know if you're now joining in with us. Let us know what you think about the title, The Woman King. Do you agree with the title? Do you think it should have been something else? Right now, the movie they said is based on, true events. Of course, we know persons, if there's always a change. Once it is somebody else gets a story, the story does not always remain the same. Even if it means one word could make a difference. And people picture it differently. When people telling a story, it could be calm and cool, but when they're carrying that story across the CSI, the man gets slapped, the man gets cut, or the person gets cuffed down. Right? Nobody then cuss him. I say, oh, that person, if it's like, well cussed behind. Right? So we know that stories, they interfere with it a bit. Right? Now, when it comes to maybe women really feeling empowered, taking in the training and all of that positive aspect of it, if women really apply that, where they could become, physically, fit, healthy, all these things, yes, all for it have a a really strong mentality, right? All of that is all well and good, but women, remember that you are not a king. Please.
Just so? Wait, hold on.
Right? Just remember that.
Hold on. Oh my God. So on a lighter note, the bus ride is on 17th. On a lighter note, the bus ride is on the 17th of September. And on a lighter note, you'll be having some music on at 8. Yeah? And she can want to remind all this. Okay. I think society now, women rather be desired sexually than being strong. This is what I see. A woman will spend, if she going in the gym to get more butt, she'll do that. Everything a woman does concerning the physique now, even in augmenting the way she looks, is based on sex appeal. It has nothing to do with being fit, and it has nothing to do with being healthy. Because there's nothing healthy than putting things in your body just for you to appear that you have more butt or more breast or whatever the case. Right? So everything women
do. Gym part, but yeah.
Even in the gym. Listen to me.
In the movie, right?
And things that they think
we know that.
They're not going in the gym to do a full body or they don't do that. They totally focus on sex appeal. And most of them, they go in and do surgeries and suck out the fat from certain areas and just plump it in other areas and put on a high waist or a high cut underwear, and that's all they do. Women are really degrading themselves. I don't care, but the 95% of women in the gym is because look at what they're putting on to go in the gym. They ain't going to train. They're pulling the tights all the way up. Everything about majority of women, that is what they do. It's about sex appeal. It's not about, you see what them girls doing, the running, the training, they're not doing that. Everything is about looking more sexy and giving off that sex appeal. It has nothing to do with being healthy. It has nothing to do with health or anything along them lines. You see them taking the videos in the gym, everything is squat and they open their leg and butt, and that is all they study. They ain't really doing anything to improve agility. You don't see no agility training, I know. No, yeah, sorry. Any last words?
See you last week.
Hey, I know they're doing 2 steps Saturday and she can come in to do a thing too earlier, so yeah. So that inside of the live?
I'll try to do.
Alright. Yeah. Right, so it was nice, It was nice. So let's take in the music.
I come out to party, I come out to fair. Play the soca music till I'm soaking wet. I'm moving my body all across the floor. This thing they call soca, I want more and more. Come out to dance, come out to pants, move out my way. Give me a chance, move in my waist, love in the face. DJ don't stop, fire up the place, fire up the place. Music in the way, fire up the place.
And this one's for all the TikTok ladies. Here we go.
I went to a soca party, a real crazy fete in GT. I saw so much sexy ladies, but one of them hypnotized me. When she whine and bend over, the way she whine give me fever. She pressed me up in a corner. I had to grab tight on she bumper, and I started tick tock, tick tock, tick tock on she bumper, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, a little faster.